What's up, everybody? We're back once again, episode 44, the Dad Bod Golf Pod Tuesday show. What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Yo,
Feeling electric
You
on a
look
Tuesday.
electric.
you look
Ready?
electric
We all
with that
look-
shirt on, man.
Collars popped, by the way.
Popped and
Go
popped
turn on
button.
YouTube right now. You still got
You went top button and pop collar.
Looks like a neck
time.
brace.
Popped up
Not
there.
gonna lie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Looks
you do. You do
like
kind of look.
You have a cervical
Yeah.
issue.
It's not working.
No cervical issues here. Just a sweet Swannies shirt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, guys, we have golf has the longest, the worst. We just can't wait till next season. We're already starting back next season. So we want to talk
Yep.
about possibly the greatest season of golf ever, the super season, as it's called. And the reason it was a super season is because COVID tried to throw us a curveball, but what we said was we're just going to make the greatest golf season ever. And we're going to put 6 majors in one season, 6 majors,
It's fantastic.
a players championship, an Olympics, 3 world golf class WGC events, all in one season. Holy cow. It was great. It lived up to the hype. And we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments. Nate's got some awards to hand out. Nate's a big awards guy. I don't know if you remember
Love
that.
awards.
Yeah,
When Nate was a big mate, he gave out major awards back
Yep.
when Ben was still recovering.
Before
Yeah.
I met you, Ben.
We weren't sure
I know.
Ben was going to make it, but
I really wasn't sure I was going to make it.
Weren't sure if you were making it, but we were just giving out awards for
we're
majors.
just
You know.
giving out awards. Yeah, the show must go on. No,
Yeah.
sorry. Glad you made
No,
it.
no,
Glad you
it
made
must
it.
go on.
I'm so glad I met
Glad you
you.
made
Ben.
it,
So glad
dude.
you lost your appendix.
So
Still upset they wouldn't let me keep it.
yeah, I know. We want a necklace out of it. But anyway, we're gonna talk about our favorite moments. Golly, there were so many great things. There's just numerous playoffs, controversies, things like that. So we're just gonna kind of start it off, go around the horn, and just sort of dive in and talk about what stuck out to us the most individually, and then we're gonna close out with Nate giving out some awards, which will
Mhm.
kind of be all his rolled into one. So,
Yep.
Ben,
Yes.
kick us off. Tell us, what did you love the most about this season, and what was the best to you?
The best to me, I got to see 2 Masters inside of 365 days.
Come at me. Yes, sir.
That was huge.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, knowing that, now I'm really upset that we got to wait all the way till April in order to watch this again.
Feels like a long time, doesn't it?
It is
feels like
super
ages.
long time.
it feels
and
like
so-
ages away.
I mean, being able to go November, April, it just was fantastic. And the fact that they were able to make it still look like April in November was even more fabulous. So,
Minus some of the blooming stuff, but
Yeah.
you're right. It still looked really good. It still
it was
looked really
unbelievable. So,
I don't think Boo feels the same way, but
no,
No, he does not.
but that's because he's
2
playing
flying
it, not
donkeys.
watching it. Yeah.
Can just get right after.
I mean, I love Augusta and all, but
Don't get me wrong.
My damn self, I'm just not. I'm not going to play that course. But so that probably sticks out as one of the number one moments to me. I mean, I did kind of a top 5 of things that stuck out in my mind that I enjoyed seeing throughout the year.
Yes.
That ranks out there at number 1. Number 2 is I got John Rahm bouncing back from being kicked off the course with a 6-stroke lead for COVID that he apparently didn't have the following Tuesday whenever he got home. So it was all BS in my opinion, and probably cost him a tour championship because the points from that tournament would have put him
big.
up there with the starting at -10 instead of somebody else that started at -10. But I digress because he's now an enemy of mine because he's also on the European Ryder Cup team and I can't be pulling for him right now. So that's just how I'm looking at that.
I love that guy. I don't even care. I love that dude.
Oh, I do.
He
I
is-
still love him. I still love him. And then I said, Morikawa wins again. When he got his first win, nobody was
There
at the course
at all. Period.
and everybody. And he said,
not real
"This
sure
is-"
it happened.
And he even said, "This is fantastic because in college nobody ever came to watch us play." So that's what he said. He was just kind of in his comfort zone, which is why he was able to win a major with nobody watching except on television.
and that's how
However-
they caught him saying like 17 F-bombs after he won because there was no crowd to cheer and cover it up.
Exactly. But then again, he got to win with a crowd. this past year. So
All right, go back to his first major. So was it like hole 15 or 16? If there was crowds there when the par 4 that was drivable, when he hits the par 4, when he hits the ball off the tee to like 5 feet, like I almost feel like we were I know this is last season, but like I almost feel like we were robbed of a moment, kind of.
Yes.
Because
we definitely were.
Holy cow, that shot, it's going to be somewhat forgotten just because there's not ever going to be that good video where it's like the crowd just goes berserk. But yeah, so that was so weird to not have anybody there. Colin pulls it out, and then now this year he wins one in front of crowds. That's awesome.
Still hasn't won a major in front of an American crowd, but he'll get there.
He'll get there. We're gonna go one at a time.
Maybe that can be my top 5 next year when we come up with the wrap up show next year. So that was another one. Phil winning at 50, man.
Big.
I love it. That's huge. 50.
And literally quit the rest of the season.
And he has been trolling people. I saw a tweet this past year. It was like this past week where it said something about Phil just kind of mailed it in, blah, blah. He goes, "That's all right. I got a major championship.
Still won
good.
the PGA.
Yeah, I still won the PGA. I'm good."
That's great. He'll have that forever, man.
So he's got that. Number 1. You guys ready for the number 1 out of my top 5?
Yeah.
We started a podcast.
Yes.
Banquet. There's gonna be a tear coming to my eye.
Oh, wow. So I'm misty right now.
Holy cow.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yep. No, I am crying. It's only because I feel choked by this.
Sure,
I mean,
be that straight.
A lot of firsts on YouTube. I got people looking at our ugly mugs now. What is that all about? Like we're on YouTube, and we got the Insta page going, and we got Twitter. I haven't fought with anybody on Twitter yet, which is fantastic because that is not my
huge
character.
Achievement.
Just on your private account. Yeah. We see it on your private account all the time. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Kyle texts me all the time. He's like, "Do not put that on Dadbods." I'll fight.
Quit.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fact that I haven't been fired from our social media guru and Kyle. But we got a bunch of firsts that happened this year. So that was one. I think that the biggest story from the year, besides us launching a podcast, was probably quote unquote the accident that now people have just completely forgotten about that took place in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Where the golfer that was, y'all may have heard of him, Eldrick Tiger Woods, ended up getting in a car accident and has been away from the golf course. And
pretty devastating.
It just, with him kind of on his way back and winning the Masters previous year, and he just had things kind of lined up. And now, and I don't know, man, the video that I saw last week of him getting out of a car and walking somewhere, I don't foresee that. Yeah, I don't foresee him anytime soon. I mean, everybody's like, maybe towards the end of this year. I'm like, if you've seen that video, he ain't swinging a golf club towards the end. Not full. I mean, he may be chipping and putting and all that in his backyard. He ain't going to be teeing it up to play competition golf this year.
But he wasn't in prime shape before this happened. That's what was hard to. I mean, his body was being held together by duct tape. Really, really good duct tape.
Yeah.
Very expensive duct tape.
Very expensive duct tape. Very high maintenance duct tape.
So, and he has said numerous times that competition golf is just different for him than anybody else. And so
he's not going to come just to make appearance. He's not he's not in it for appearance fees. He's not going to go if he doesn't think he can win. And then, who knows when he can get back to feeling that way. So that could be, that could be a while. It's definitely not going to be this year. Hopefully, maybe the end of 2022, the start of the following season, maybe around the Farmers of 2020. I guess it'd be 2023. That maybe sometime we may see him, Farmers Riviera, something like that. But
he's still going to be. I mean, he's going to be rusty for years to come, just because he plays such a limited schedule anyway.
Right.
He's not going to get those competition rounds in, and this sounds bad to say, but the first few times out, he's going to be missing cuts. So he's really only going to get a couple of practice rounds in and then a couple of competition rounds in before he has to jump on his private plane or jump on his private boat privacy and head back to, Juniper. So,
right.
That's a story, not just for this year, but I mean, that's a story. I mean, guys, all he did was get into a wreck and have a little drug issue when he and his wife got divorced, and he was out of golf for over a year. This he's in a He's an actual
now he's
accident
44, 45 years old, and he's had like devastating leg injuries yet. Could be.
and he's on his 9th knee surgery. I mean, come on.
So here's the big question. Will Tiger play the Champions Tour?
I don't know.
Jack
Phil said
did.
he wouldn't, and then he did.
Jack did. I don't know why he wouldn't.
It's just, there's no, they don't count majors. Or is he gonna be that guy that wins five? I mean, but he wins 5 majors. I'm like, yeah, I got 19. I got 20.
No, he's not. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that.
that.
But like, if I'm not mistaken, Jack won several Champions Tour majors. I can't remember. I think it was. Heck, I want to say it was somewhere around like at least 5. I know it was at least. I'm pretty sure it was at least 5. I may have made a step out there. I'll check that as we go. But
can you give us the locations of them too?
I cannot. I think he will. I think he'll at least play in some events. I mean, I
think maybe a setback like this and the one that happened earlier in his career will cause him to play in some of these events. I think he genuinely enjoys being in front of the crowd and putting on a show,
competing.
Yeah. I think he will. I mean, he's not going to be one of the regulars like Freddie Couples is that plays in every Champions Tour event every single weekend. I think he'll have a very limited schedule, just like he does now on the PGA Tour. But I think first, you've seen the success. The 50-year-olds that come out there usually win within the first couple of years, just because they're playing against a bunch of older guys.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden you just get to move up another tee, and they play against guys who don't hit the ball
exactly. And don't they only play? Do they only play 3 rounds?
Except for their majors, I think they just play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
and you can. Awesome. I think you can request a cart if you need it.
Yes, you can. John Daly.
That's big. John Daly will get one every time. That's awesome.
And he will drive on the green. It's fantastic. It's so awesome. He just does not care.
You going to tell John Daly no? He ain't doing
it.
Nobody's ever told John Daly no.
No.
All right, so here's mine. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
So Brooksy was born.
Yes.
The rivalry became a thing. It's stupid, but it was great for us. It was great for content, and it's just been funny, man. Like both of them have fired shots. Both of them have shown, a little bit more personality than we kind of thought before. Brooks has kind of always been like a too cool for school type of guy, kind of boring, but even he had some good zingers. He threw out some Michelob Ultras to some bros that got kicked
great.
Kicked out of tournaments. That whole social media thing just exploded. The Pip era. This is the Pip era where we're going to see a lot more golfer interaction, I guess, on social media and things like that. Heck, Kevin.
When does that get awarded?
I don't know. We need to look that
up. Yeah.
Is it a calendar season or a calendar year? Not really specific on that. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we'll do our research.
Get your research person on it right now.
Yeah, Nate. Is your research person close to you? Can we
find out about that Pip? No, so the Pip era was born, and you see it's a lot more fun on Twitter, a lot more fun with guys interacting with fans, stuff like the Matthew Fitzpatrick thing that we talked about yesterday. Where they're just more apt to want to chirp back and have fun because they want to keep their name in that whatever mysterious criteria there is that helps them to award that $40 million at the end, or part of that $40 million at the end of the year. But the thing is, it just makes the guys feel more accessible. This whole thing has made the guys feel like, anybody can reach out to them. I feel like we could we could make 2 or 3 calls and get more of these guys on shows like this, or just respond to us on Twitter. Hell, Lee Westwood has tweeted us back, and you have to really, as a verified person, a blue check, you have to really work hard to find mentions, and they have to actually do stuff. Like they have to actually work at it. So that has been so cool to see. There's been so many different storylines from that. So the Pip era is completely underway, and I think it's going to be great for golf. Y'all got any take on that one way or the other?
We may not know when it's paid out. I went ahead and looked it up, and according to the Golf Digest article, and I completely forgot about this, the PGA Tour never acknowledged the Pip era. It was tour officials based on anonymity because it was broken by Golf Week, and then some anonymous tour officials said, yes, they are doing that. So the PGA, we may not know when they get paid.
Yeah.
They may know who gets
paid.
That'd be a bummer.
Except we will,
I guess,
because there's no secrets in the social
there's
media.
no secrets in the
and that's
in
the
this
thing
world really anymore.
The guys that are on social media that are having to do all this and try to put forth this effort, do you think they're not going to tweet, hey, I just got my, because it's going to be split, I guess, between 10 golfers. So I guess it's going to be staggered too. So you think some guys don't tweet, hey, I got my $20 million check from me. Thank you guys so much on social media for hooking me up.
I'm gonna do this giveaway with like a head cover and a pair of socks I wore in a tournament. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Give you
what if Kyle is one of their formula guys and he's just not telling us? Like, what if they got Kyle in the basement? And he's just like crunching the numbers and be like, "Yeah, you gotta give Bryson 31 million."
His ratio, the ratio.
That's it.
He only got ratioed 60% of the time.
Hey, how about let's do this? Hey, how many retweets per tweet?
Ooh. Yes. We got to get ratios in there, dude. You got to figure it out.
Is Paige eligible for this? Because she's not a tour player, but she's the number one downloaded golfer on Instagram, ahead of Tiger. He's number 2.
Come be on our podcast, Paige.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Paige. I'm sorry. It sounded like something. It sounded like something else. I was like, oh
no, I want no. I'm not touching it.
We need to
not touching it.
Yeah. No, 3.1 million followers. She's got more followers than everybody, all the like top golfers. So hey, if the criteria is just moving the needle in the golf world, she's definitely doing it.
Yeah.
Definitely
even I think Max Homa, he actually had talked about it because he was one of the guys that was into social media before they announced this.
Before it was cool.
Because he thought that he was going to have like a leg up on everybody. He was like, oh, this is awesome because I'm already interacting with people. Yeah. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, the projected number 1 right now to get all the money is Tiger. And he's not even playing.
Still moves the needle.
Because if his account on Twitter, even the foundation has like more followers than Max. So if anything they tweet gets more interaction just because of the amount of followers they have.
Right.
If Bryson wants to lock up 40 million right now, he posts a picture of him on a date with Paige Brannick.
Yes.
Done. It's over.
Did y'all see
he wins golf?
Did y'all see his most recent post? Have you seen the post where the people go up to the people in their cars and like, hey man, nice car. What do you do for a living?
Yes.
So he comes zipping up and they're like, hey bro, what do you nice car. What do you do for a living? He said, I hit nukes, bro. I hit nukes for a living, bro. And then he drives off.
And he sounds so lame.
I hit nukes, bro. That's what I do. Hey bro, I hit nukes. That is
singers, bro.
That is great. I love it. I love Bryson. So my number, one of my top things, I want y'all to let's really think about this Bryson thing for a second. Okay.
Okay.
So really think about
one of my top things. My 1 through 3 is Bryson.
Let's really think about this. Okay. Guy was a great golfer to begin with. Okay?
We haven't argued with you about that.
He won tournaments before, like
also fact.
All of this. Okay. In one off season, he completely changes his whole body philosophy, game philosophy, everything. He changes it in one off season.
Mm-hmm.
And this September will be last September was the first real golf season to where he actually went into the season, completely changed swing, completely changed body, completely changed philosophy, and he won a major. He won a major. He won 3 times.
Awesome.
Was it 2 or 3 times on the tour? I mean, he was
3.
He was
Nope.
It was 2. It was 2. He was in it in several tournaments. He went deep in playoffs. I mean, he played really, really well. He was at the top, up tops of the FedEx Cup points. He had one of the best, I mean, obviously, arguably, not even arguably, a top 5 season in golf, like less than 6 months or so after debuting this new way to play the game, like completely playing a completely different brand of golf. What a cool story. What a cool story that not enough people appreciate. But you know what, Bryson? I appreciate it. 1,000%. You're one of the top moments of my season. Let's go. Thoughts?
What an honor.
Yeah, we don't disagree with you on any of that stuff about him winning. Nate and I's problem is when he goes out and he tells Augusta that they're a par 68 and he goes and hangs up a 78 on the course that
That's
day.
not what he said.
I think
not what he said.
I think what Ben is trying to say is that everybody forgets about all those things except for you, Kyle, because because of everything else that he does.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I'm not going to list all of the negative things because that was a really nice resume. And you know what? Bryson will forever be one of the greatest people to ever play the game of golf. I won't deny that. He will also be the guy who was never able to say the right thing when he was supposed to say.
Yes.
That's why I love him. You know,
because he wouldn't.
I don't. I
cannot argue with most points per FedEx Cup event played in. You can't argue with that.
You can't argue with.
I'd have
with a
more
major
respect for him if he would just own that personality deficiency that he has.
Oh, he owns it. I would say he owns it.
No, because
I think if he fixed it, maybe you could have some person.
Yeah, but
have some respect.
I think that the science part he does own, but like because we talked about when he, he makes little snide remarks to some of the officials when he asks for a ruling, and he
doesn't bother me at all. Does not bother me.
And he may not get, but he talks down to them.
Rough talk. You got to rough talk the officials. Yep. It happens at every level of sport. Rough
Kobe
talk
did
the
it.
Officials.
LeBron
Michael
did it.
Jordan. Are you kidding me? Michael Jordan said, "Get out of my face, ref. Don't call that again."
Those are team sports. Let's talk about
one guy talking to another guy is what it is.
That's right.
Love it. Every level of sport, little league, preschool soccer,
boy.
It happens. I've seen it. I ref rec league basketball games, and it's for 9-year-olds. It's awful. Like the parents. So let's go.
I will say, I love that you can wake up hating Bryson, love him by lunch, and hate him again by dinner. There's nobody else in the sport that can do that.
That's the thing.
Nobody else in golf can do that.
I will give him that because
I love that about him. That's what I love about him.
We don't argue about the facts that he's won and he's changed his game and he does the whole one linked club thing. But even his peers, like JT made a little remark about somebody talked about him hitting his 8-iron 225 yards. And it was like, yeah, if I had mine hooded like a 6, I could do that too.
Well, get some. Come get some, JT. Get you some.
He needs a supermodel girlfriend.
He does.
I mean,
he needs just a girlfriend. He needs
Russian
a girlfriend.
Supermodel girlfriend with a name that nobody can pronounce. And she's out there like with a calculator every time he hits, like doing stuff.
Her name's like Svetlana.
Yes. Yes, and she's
her name is Paige.
She has awards.
He could win over so many fans if he would start dating Paige. She's single.
A nuclear physicist. He starts dating a nuclear physicist.
He needs to have his agent make that call.
I don't think Paige. He
Paige
doesn't
is
seem
out.
like Paige's time.
You think Paige is going to date a guy that wears a hat like that?
I think Paige is a climber. I think Paige, that would be great for social media on her end too. That's all I'm saying.
Unique term. That's a unique term.
Not touching that one either.
Yeah, there's several.
A lot of untouchable ones here for me.
There's several jokes there. We're just gonna let that one stop. So Bryson, obviously, just Bryson in general, one of the top moments of my year. I'm a big Bryson fan. I'm gonna ride that boat as far as it'll take me. Another, obviously, y'all talked about the Masters, but I thought Hideki winning the Masters for Japan was awesome. The bow, the caddy thing, that was
phenomenal.
However many Masters we've ever played, like there's never been a more sign of reverence to the course. Like that was just like
the ultimate show of respect.
Something I'll remember. Like you could take Jack Nicklaus, you could take Gary Player, everything they've ever done. I've never seen anything like that. That was just unbelievable. I guess anything short of like somebody bending down, I'm sure it's been done, bending down and kissing the ground or this, that, and the other. But that was so dang cool. And like such a, we had, although they were taken way down, we had a little bit of crowds back for that one. And it's just like such a signifying event. Like, we're back,
yes.
So we're thankful we're back. Thank you, Augusta. You kind of got the ball rolling, kicked everything off. So that was a big moment. Really, really enjoyed it. And then, obviously Phil, holy cow. And that was really cool. I know I've already said it and it is a flex, but it is honestly cool to watch a major played on a course that you've played and see some of the same shots. Well, not some of the same shots, but see some shots that they hit from places you wish you would have been, or maybe you did see some guys that hit some shots like the hole out that he had on number 5 on that par 3. Like, unless you can't even really respect it until you're there. Like you actually see what these bunkers are. Like, it's not like a real bunker. It's unlike anything they play all year. And he just jars it. Awesome moment. And, that was just unbelievable. And I'm glad he took down Brooksy at the end. And, Brooksy whined like a little baby
Yes, he
whenever the
did.
crowd, the greatest crowd storming event in golf that I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. Maybe the only one that is even close is Tigers at Eastlake, but this one may have been even better because of.
But what a difference the Eastlake one was, because you got Brooksy that's he's complaining about this one. You got Rory that even said that's the greatest moment of golf in my life.
Yeah,
like
Rory he's in a little kid again. Yeah, exactly.
Rory was
got
like,
to be there watching.
Rory was like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I absolutely loved every minute of it. It'd be great if we could do that every weekend. And then you cut to Brooks, and Brooks is like, oh, they bumped into my knee and they don't need to be out there. And that just because they paid for a ticket doesn't mean that they should get to do what they want. It's like, bro,
loser.
Chill
Loser's
out.
limp. Loser's limp is what that is.
There's a 50-year-old that just kicked your rear all over the course.
And then turned 51 a couple days later.
And then his fans wanted to pay an homage to that and not you. It's not about you, Brooksy.
Yeah. All right.
Never
I've been really looking forward to the awards. So Nate's a big awards guy. So Nate, hit us with your season awards.
Just a backstory on this, y'all. We were talking about what we were going to do, and Kyle and I were on the same page where we were top moments for this past year, because that's what it literally said in the rundown. And then as soon as Nate comes on, Nate's like, I got all these awards that I'm handing out. We're like, okay.
Yep. He's got they're good though. They're gonna be good though.
Yeah, they are. They're phenomenal.
It's the same thing in award form. It's the same thing you're talking about, but in award form.
He started like rattling them off one after another. He's like, I got this one, I got this, and it was like, this is awesome. It's not following instructions, but it's awesome.
Yep. Extra credit.
It's the year. It's the best moments, Ben, in award form.
He just labeled them. He just labeled them.
You labeled them. He labeled them.
And it's really hard to go last because, like, maybe I didn't spend as much time on this award list as I should have, because there's some doubled up. Like, I'm over here trying to make adjustments as you guys claim the biggest moments in golf.
No, you can mention
361 days.
You can mention what we said.
That's fine. I mean,
because you're giving it an award. We didn't give it an award.
Yeah,
we just said that it was a top moment for us.
Hit it, man. Let's hear it.
All right, hit it. Hit us with some Bryson news.
Number one award, best storyline. Already been taken on the podcast, but best storyline, and I'm going to do a quick runner-up, was the ending of the FedEx Cup, because it was awesome and it was epic.
Yeah, it was.
There was playoffs for every event. There was a great finish between Cantley and Rahm, but best storyline is Rahm getting snubbed at the Memorial and giving basically the middle finger to COVID and taking down a huge field at an iconic track to win the US Open 2 weeks later.
Finishing birdie.
Yeah. And like hit it in like 4 straight fairway bunkers, was just getting up and down. It just tore it down. I mean, absolutely laid it. Worst storyline, in my opinion, the worst storyline was Brooks and Bryson. It just got so old so fast. There's no, you can't even give an origination. Where did it originate from? When Brooks walked by in the interview, that's what started a whole 6-month feud with Brooksy.
That's the thing, is I think it started out on fire.
Yeah, it did. It started out hot and then it fizzled out. I mean, if we could
have gotten more interviews with him doing that, with him cussing on camera about another player, it would have stayed fire the whole time. But the fact that the PGA Tour slapped his hand over that. Yeah, they had to have called him and said,
the Golf Channel guy probably got fired.
The intern that released that video, I hope that they have the greatest paying job right now somewhere in golf, because thank you for that content that you threw out there on the internet for everybody to see, even though you lost your job at the Golf Channel.
He actually asked to be an intern with us, and we were interviewing him this week.
That's that guy.
Yeah. No, that's my job.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So the best major win is Phil at the PGA,
hands down.
Matsuyama a distant second, but a respectable second. That was that was really cool to me. Matsuyama's win, but yeah, Phil, Father Time, 50 years old, awesome course. I mean, that last round, there was like a lead change every hole. Like they all came out making bogeys and doubles. Like they were all like 3 over through 5 holes. So just straight survival.
The fact that he's been riding around with his trophy the entire time.
It's amazing.
Anytime he does an event, the trophy is sitting in the golf cart next to him. Not a person, not a cameraman. It's the trophy.
We may never see him crack a top 10 again on the PGA Tour, and you know what? He won't care.
I think he knows that. I think that's why he's
Yeah.
just soaking this up. I think that trophy's going to ride with him until they tee it up next year. It's everywhere he goes, he's going to have it with him.
The worst major
Yeah.
was Dustin Johnson at the Masters in November. Yes, it was cool that we had 2 Masters, but to have a Masters in November, it sucked. I mean, Dustin was ahead the entire time. Sunday was boring. There was no roars. There wouldn't have been roars even if the crowds had been there, because he had like a 6-shot lead basically the entire day. Just didn't feel right. Football was on. Thanksgiving was right around the corner. You know, I love the Masters. But yeah, that was the worst.
It's hard. I don't even really remember much of it. It's kind of weird.
No, it wasn't.
I remember that part, what he's talking about it. That the lack of roars really bothered me. I love the fact that you could see more of the course, because they did a bunch of panning around and a lot of wide angle stuff so they could show off the grounds, which is something I've often said that TV does not do Augusta justice. So the fact that they did that, maybe that helped a little bit because people maybe got a little bit more of appreciation. But that's, even the players said that really affected them. Like when they made the turn on Sunday, you didn't know what was going on behind you or ahead of you because nobody was yelling.
No roaring.
Easily the worst made. Easily the worst made.
Like I said, if there had been a crowd there, there was no charges. There was no lead changes. I mean, yes, Dustin Johnson, love to see him win a major. I love to see him win the Masters, but there was nothing. There was nothing there.
Yeah.
So
it was tough.
The top feel-good moment of the year would be Stuart Sink winning twice. Becoming the 4th player ever to win twice or more in one season after turning 47. And I think it's his first win since he defeated Father Time, Tom Watson, in the 2009 British Open.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about a little bit of a drought.
That is a drought. That is a drought, sir. Yeah,
he now went 1,000 days. Stuart Sink went like 10,000.
Yeah, but if he hadn't ever won again, I mean, the fact that the last tournament you won was a major, that's pretty cool.
That'd be cool. You go out on top. Yeah, that's Phil for sure.
Yes,
no doubt.
No doubt whatsoever.
No doubt, Daddy Gum.
May not make many cuts.
No,
won't care.
I'm gonna pick him though. No, he won't care.
Worst moment in golf this year was Tiger back in February.
Yeah,
that was tough to watch. Very weird. Just there's been so much weirdness with him. So many of these. The sad thing is this is not the first police stop type of incident that he's had in the last few years. I mean, he was unflappable for so long, untouchable. This just not even human. So that
it's so odd that he gets in those situations too, because we go back to that.
He's got to have people that are watching out. How does he not have people watching out for him? Like, why doesn't he have a driver? Why doesn't he have a driver?
From a legal standpoint, why do you not have a driver? Because if he would have hit anybody or killed anybody, they're suing him personally because he personally rented that car.
And then he's going to jail for the rest of his life.
And he's going to jail. Yeah. For manslaughter or whatever. I mean,
Tiger, I'll drive you wherever you need to go.
Like that was the number.
Can I apply for that?
All my legal buddies and all my lawyer and judge friends, they were like, "Why does he not have a driver?"
Come on,
because that's a personal asset thing. Like if you hire a driving company and you have a driver, they sue that company. They don't sue you if something happens. Right. So that was just dumb. To start with, and he's, I don't know, and he was speeding that day. That's what they determined. He's just lucky that nobody was there at the scene of the accident that he hurt or injured besides himself. And then of course you talked about he's got a history with it when he left his restaurant at that time, and he had mixed his pills up and his pain meds, and he was considered drunk, but wasn't arrested for under the influence because he didn't have alcohol in his system, but he definitely was high. He was something was going on.
He was influenced for sure.
And and same thing when his wife knocked out the window and chased him down the street. I mean, he had stuff in his system that night. So it's like, bro, you got to get a hold of this.
Yes.
The best shot, and this is highly subjective, highly controversial. I'm really just doing this for Kyle so that he doesn't get his in a wad. As Bryson hitting it into the greenside bunker on, is that 6 at Bay Hill? Because that's when the power truly came on the map. It's a hole we've watched for years, and all of a sudden nobody's ever taken that line before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, usually had to play it all the way around the water. He goes greenside bunker multiple days in a row, I think, just torches it. It's like a 340-yard carry or something stupid like that. Yeah. And he's got to hit it on the line, too. He can't just rip it wherever he wants to.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I really wish he would have gone for the green at least once, but
yeah,
I think he would have draw on it.
He would have hit it. That last
that day,
one, he would have got there.
The first one that he
the
did,
day where he threw his arms up.
Yes,
that
he
would have
hit the green.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that ball gets there.
And next year he's going to do it. I already talked to him.
No doubt. I'm sure you have. There was for best playoff. There's 14 to choose from, including a.
After I said there's never any playoffs.
All Kyle's fault too. All 14 of them came after when Kyle said there's never any playoffs.
There was a 8-hole playoff. There was a 6-man playoff. Wow. There was all these playoffs within the playoffs. Recency bias. Bryson versus Cantley is going to be really tough, but it was only 2 guys, and for only it was 5 holes, I think 5 or 6 holes. It was pretty long, but the 8-hole playoff won by none other than Harry English. Also, runner-up for best shot was Harris English, hole-in-one on 15. But at recency bias, I couldn't. Yeah. I didn't want to delegitimize my entire list.
The 6-man playoff is I got to go with that one. I'm still upset that they didn't put all 6. I mean, that was awesome to have a 6
travelers. I think
that could have been 7.
Guys, give me Kramer Hickok versus Harris English, 8 holes of fury. That was the greatest.
That was dope.
That was so awesome. That was like, man, we had just, that wasn't long after we had started the pod, and we were, I think we were just like on the edge of our seats watching that thing. It was texting back and forth. It was great. That was a great playoff. 2 guys that are not super duper entertaining, but that was a lot. That was very entertaining.
2 vanillas.
Yes.
Last 2 awards are just non-golf related. I just put them in here at the end because I wanted some humor,
Let's go.
Best facial hair of the year, Sam Burns.
Sam Burns.
Sure.
No
hotter
doubt
than an iron in a fire. Good gracious. Still mad that his wife made him shave for that wedding. Run your house.
Selfish. You're selfish, Sam.
She is so selfish to do that.
Stupid selfish.
I mean, there are others that have some more selfish wives, along with maybe some other things that we've talked about throughout the years.
Or just dangerous in general.
Or just
we're gonna do an episode on the lives of PGA Tour.
Yes. Or just dangerous.
That's a great idea.
I think the best thing was what Kyle just said, just dangerous in general. Like, no doubt, if her husband would have had a mustache and she said shave it, it would have been out of fear of his life. It had nothing to do with
stories.
Yes.
Top wife stories. Or we could do like top 5 most dangerous golf wives. Whatever. We can come up with something.
Yes. Because we just do like a bracket. And if
we've told you,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be Glover's wife versus Reed's wife.
Reed's wife. Because Reed's wife, we don't know how she treats him. We know how she treats everybody around him. For sure.
Yeah. Last one, best quote, super recent. I didn't look up any quotes, but there ain't nothing better than when that guy said to Kisner, like, why lay up? And Kisner's like, why don't you just go F off?
Just go F yourself.
He said, why don't you just go F yourself? And
ruined the quote.
And then he birdied 3 holes in a row after
I think he won the tournament. Yeah. And
that was the best part about it.
Didn't get in the Ryder Cup. So
bummer.
Anyway, that's my 2021 awards. There'll be Ryder Cup awards. There'll be off-season awards.
Preseason awards, possibly?
There'll be preseason awards.
Yes.
We're
gonna have maybe
we'll have to look on preseason who our newcomers will be. Guys that qualified that'll be on the tour for the Morikawas of the world that come
That's
out.
The guys that you don't even like.
Fire.
You don't like the guys that nobody knows.
Nope.
You don't.
I don't hide it.
Who was it? I remember this now. Richie Warrenski. He's the guy. He won Big Break. Remember we talked about him. We have no idea that guy. He won Big Break.
Yeah. So
good for him.
Hey, awards for the best sponsors of Dadbod Golf Pod for this season of golf.
Yes.
Is a tie between Kyle will be who's the first one? I'll do the second one.
We got 1A and 1B. We got Swannies.co coming in hot with a 25% off coupon for the season.
You got your
Dadbod Golf Pod -25. This bad Delta snapbacks, the best hat I've ever had. It's waterproof. Look at that shirt down there, looking sexy.
He's fly.
This thing's waterproof, so I sweat like an abnormal amount.
Buckets.
No sweat rings, nowhere. It's waterproof.
It's phenomenal.
Water just beads right off of it. It's great. Yep. Use coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod -25. Take 25% off your next order. polos, joggers, pullovers, coats, vests. They got it all. Go check them out. Support them. They support us. And then 1B, which is really like 1AA, Sweetrollzgolf.com. They've changed my putting game forever. I'm hoping that Nate has the same results. Ben's got his coming soon.
Yes.
Hasn't decided because they have so many awesome selections, and really you only get one shot at it. So you got to pick the right one. But sweetrollzgolf.com with a Z, Dadbod 20, take 20% off your next order. They have awesome printed putter grips. You can really get the color coordination game going. They just look good. They feel good. They're a little bit bigger. Check them out. Support them. They support us. Guys, episode 43. 44. Sorry. Subscribe
44.
to us on YouTube. Double fours. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We wanted to start doing some live shows, guys. We need your help. We need 1,000. Tell your friends. Let's go. Watch us on YouTube. We will catch you guys tomorrow.
Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always
I love it.